Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist you in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today we're going to be doing a daily reading for Monday, September 7th, 2020, and today is ruled by the root chakra and guided by spirits. And the energy, the galactic energy of the day is the white rhythmic wind. And so the white wind energy is all about spirit, breath, and communication. And so it's this, the white wind tribe hold this knowledge that spirit is this force, this unseen force, right? We can sense it, we can witness it in the way that it expresses itself in the elements, right? But we can't actually see it. It's intangible. And yet it contains and links together everything that is. And so this day is all about communicating our truths, right? Communicating our inspiration, our ideas, using our breath, using our voice. And so a good way to tap into the energies of today is to tap into the energy of the breath. When we breathe, we are all connected. Breath is the thing, it's that life force energy, right? It's how we take in that energy on a physical level. We can calm ourselves through the breath. We can connect to our higher selves through the breath. We can connect to all of nature and all of creation through the breath. So today is a huge day for that, for just allowing ourselves to be, allowing ourselves to breathe, allowing ourselves to utilize that breath, right, to communicate. And remember, we talk about all the time how communication happens on multiple levels. It doesn't just happen verbally. Communication, we communicate with spirit through our vibration, with others through our vibration, through our thoughts, and yes, of course, through our words and our actions. So really being cognizant of all of those different ways that we communicate today and what it is that we're trying to communicate. And the tone is rhythmic. And so this is a tone that seeks organization, it seeks balance, it seeks equality. And it asks us to tune into the natural rhythms of creation, the natural rhythms of our bodies, the natural rhythms of the earth. This is a day where we can really connect in with the galactic frequency by experiencing that rhythm. Music is going to be incredibly helpful today. Music and breath. If nothing else, tapping into either of those resources is going to help align us with the galactic energy of the day. Music, breath, communicating what it is that's in our hearts, that's in our souls. That is the way that we harness this energy. And I love this at the end of it. It has a quote from Rumi. It says in the description of the white wind, "For spirit is so near that you can't see it." Spirit is so near that you can't see it. So if you can't see it, how do you know that it's near? You can feel it. You can sense it. You can breathe into it, right? You can allow yourself to sink into those natural rhythms of the universe, of the earth, of your body, and any rhythms within that sphere, right? And just really sink into the knowledge and the understanding and the trust that spirit is always near and always present. Spirit lives within and vibrates within every cell of our bodies, right? So that's why tuning into our bodies allows us to tune into spirit. Spirit vibrates through every expression of creation. And so anytime that we tune into the rhythms of creation, we tune into that spirit energy. Yes, so that is the galactic energy of the day. And we have, of course, the astrological energies of the day as well. And I was just looking through and seeing if there's anything new or anything of note that I really wanted to bring up. And I feel like we're in a continuation of these energies right now. We have the sun trine moon, so this is a nice pleasant energy. I feel like today can be a very inspired energy if we allow it to be. I can also, with Mercury sextile Venus, right? We have Mercury that just entered Libra and Venus that just entered Leo. So in this sextile, that really helps with this communication piece, as today is a day about communication. Like, we're able to do that. We have that fair and balanced perspective, but we also have that beautiful heart energy of Leo. With Venus and Leo, this is really an opportunity for us to connect into our hearts, right? To really open up that heart energy and to live from that heart energy and to see all of our relationships from that heart-based standpoint. And so for the cards today, I'm thinking I want to pull a couple of these. And honestly, I want to tell you guys the name of this, but I believe it's the Psychic Tarot is what this deck is called. It took me a minute there. I haven't looked at the book in a little while, but I'm fairly certain it is called the Psychic Tarot for anyone who is curious. I'm trying to get better at telling you guys what I'm using for decks. Okay, so we have the first card is Accelerated Motion, followed by Movement, Choices, and Decisions, and Partnerships and Alliances. So I feel this as an energy coming through where anything that we've put in motion as far as where it is that we're trying to go, right? We are making headway on that. This is new partnerships and alliances springing forward, making decisions for some people about the partnerships and alliances. I'm feeling for a lot of people as well. Like, if you have, and this could be personal relationships, business relationships, whatever it is, we're feeling this intense pressure to make those decisions that need to be made. Like, I think a lot of us have known that there are areas where we have to there's some choices that need to be made. And we know what we need to do. We haven't really taken action on that. So today, like, the energy, like, there's a lot of energy supporting that. And really, we're feeling that internal pressure to really this is also accelerated motion and movement, right? I'm seeing this. So we're feeling this pressure to move in the direction that we know we're meant to go. These choices and decisions that we may have been putting off, especially when it comes to the people in our lives and sort of those people, we are closing out all these karmic cycles, right? So we're in that energy of the 9/9 portal right now, which is these major closeouts. So these areas where we've known that we maybe need to make changes where that's concerned. Some of us are feeling that internal pressure today. And with this energy of communication, this could be a really great day to talk about some of that stuff and just get it out on the table. This also could be pressure if we have people that we've been wanting to partner up with, we've sort of been wanting to network and kind of get ourselves out there. We may be feeling pressure around that as well, or a desire to do that. And today is a good day to do that. The energies are absolutely supporting that. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. Harmony. And so this is that decision in love. So for a lot of us, there are decisions around our romantic relationships that we're feeling pressured to make. Like, we're feeling pressured to take action on those things today as well. And then we have the Hierophant, Wisdom. So we're gaining a lot of wisdom and knowledge. I'm feeling from this card, this is just, we're getting to a point where we've learned a lot of these karmic lessons, and we're in that process, right, what we were talking about the other day of how we have to give ourselves time to integrate the wisdom, right, and how wisdom is applied knowledge. And so we're really learning that, and what's like where we have gained that wisdom, it's like now we're being called to act on that, and we're feeling that call. And some of us are just kind of dragging our feet a little bit as far as like whether we want to respond. And for some of us, this also has to do with finances. We have material and spiritual prosperity on the bottom of the deck. So it's like that's all that abundance, right? All that abundance that we know is ours, that we've been calling to us, but that sometimes takes some action in order to align ourselves with, right? And so we're being called to take whatever those actions are, whether this is abundance in love and relationships, whether this is abundance in finances, however it is that we're wanting to become abundant in health, right? Like, we're being called to take those actions, and we're gaining the wisdom that we need to make the decisions that we need to make. For those of us who still perhaps are at a stalemate with that, like, we are gaining that wisdom, and we're beginning to understand how to apply that so that we can move forward. And so a lot of situations that we're going through right now are so that we can gain this wisdom. And so it's always looking for the lesson. It's so important right now to be asking, like, what is the lesson? What is this trying to teach me? Because everything that's going on right now is absolutely teaching us something. And then we have 8, trapped in fear, and then transformation, which would be the death card. So it's like transforming, like these fears that are coming up. Like, we're beginning to realize and have this transformation as we realize how much of this just resides in our own minds, and how much of this we actually just make up, right? Like, our minds can absolutely run away with us, and we're seeing where we've allowed them to do that, and where that's actually created a lot of our problems. And we're learning how to take a step back from that. This transformation is occurring where it's like some of us feared these changes, and this transformation itself was something that we were afraid of. And we're moving out of that fear as we gain more of this wisdom into a place of acceptance and a place of really learning how to master our minds, right? This is like the 8 of Swords energy. So it's like mental entrapment, feeling as though we're bound and stuck, and starting to realize that, like, the only prison is in here, right? I want to say in here, but this is the third eye, and I don't think the third eye really imprisons. However, it is, and I hope that didn't just put everything up. My mic just fell, so hopefully you guys can still hear me. I'm going to try to pin it here in a way that works, okay? But yeah. And that totally, let me try to get my bearings here for a second. Yeah. We realize, yeah, so I didn't want to point at the third eye, like but the head, the mind in general, right? Because this is kind of separate from the mind, but like the mind, it's all up here. And we're starting, as we're releasing ourselves from that fear, right? False expectations appearing real. We are realizing that we have so much more power than we thought, and we're developing that trust, and we're transforming ourselves and the way that we conduct ourselves and the way that we live our lives, because we're not allowing them to be governed by this fear anymore. That's some of this wisdom that we are accumulating and putting into action right now. And it's bringing us into this energy. This is the Emperor energy, right? Authority. This is that Aries energy, that I am energy. We're transforming into somebody who has complete mastery over their reality, somebody who is strategic, who knows how to move with authority in the world. We are becoming that authority for ourselves and really coming into this place of incredible freedom, right? Where we're able to make our own decisions, not based on fear, but based on this wisdom and this higher knowledge. And that's absolutely beautiful. But this process, I mean, it feels like this a lot of the time. As we're moving through these fears, like, it's not easy. It is not easy. But when we have foundation and achievements on the bottom of the deck, like, this is what we're moving towards. This is 4 of Wands energy. This is like complete bliss in all manners of speaking, in all avenues of life. It's just that gorgeous energy that we are moving into. And for some of us, we have what would be the 3 of Swords, heartache and loss, and then we also have the 5 of Cups, emotional loss. This is what's pushing us into this energy, is we're experiencing this. We've experienced these heartbreaks, this profound sadness, this loss, this emotional loss on so many different levels. And this pain has pushed us into this place where we were finally able to break through, right? It's like we break down so that we can break through, which is a really beautiful and profound energy. And then this is just wanting to keep popping out, the 4 of Wands. We've been talking about this, right? This whole energy of how, like, right now what we're doing is building the foundation. Like, you can't build a house on a shaky foundation. So we had to demolish the old house first, right? That's that Tower energy. That's a place where some of us are still in right now. And then we have to build a new foundation on top of that. And some of that Tower energy was this heartbreak, this loss, this pain, this grief, everything, loss of relationships, loss of jobs, loss of loved ones, possibly, you know, I know a lot of us have experienced people that have passed on and transitioned, and that's very painful as well. That's something that I was actually, just before I did this video, planning a celebration of life for a dear friend of mine that passed away in July, you know, and just kind of going over, looking through pictures and different stuff like that. I mean, it was very bittersweet. It's a lot of, this pain is what opens us up, right? Like the cracks are how the light gets in. And so sometimes the universe, spirit breaks our heart in order to heal our hearts, right? It's like whatever it is that needs to get in there and find its way in so that it can splinter us open so that we can release all of that, right? It's like the catalyst that releases all of that pain. It's like these situations that we're going through right now, it's not just about the situation. They are the trigger that is releasing all of the emotion that's trapped within there that needs to be released, that is wanting to be released, so that we can step into this energy, right? And so it's situations that are triggering our fears of inadequacy, our fears of abandonment, our fears of not being enough, of not being able to provide enough, right? Our fears, whatever these fears are, our fears of loss, right? And so we're working through these fears so that we can then come out on the other side of that. And this process and this pain that we go through is so empowering, because when we get to the other side of it, right, we realize how strong we are. And we always, like, that strength cannot be taken away from us. So for anyone going through a painful situation right now, just know that. Also reach out to me. I do incredibly beautiful, powerful, angelic heart healing sessions. And they can be so helpful in helping to release some of this energy, some of this heartache, some of this loss, some of these painful energies, so that we can move beyond and through those. And so I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull, what do I want to pull for you guys? And then, of course, there's always more cards that I'm just trying to shuffle them back in the deck, but then more want to pop out. So we have Destiny and we have Sacral Chakra. So this is interesting. I feel like this is like creative pursuits, right? Because the Sacral Chakra is the seat of our creativity. And so I feel like we are working through a lot of energies of this as well, you know, and we're talking about trust. When we're talking about all of that stuff, like trust, our trust and our trauma are rooted in our sacral chakra for a lot of people. So working through those energies. So I'm feeling for some of you, like clearing this energy may be really helpful. Focusing on the color orange, on specific sounds, right? Today is that rhythmic energy. So specific sounds that help to heal that chakra. Like I said, reach out to me for an energy healing as well. If you're interested in that, it can really help. But anything, look up different ways to stimulate the sacral chakra. And that may help as well with processing some of this stuff that's coming up and moving through that. And then we have Destiny with financial and material changes on the bottom of the deck. So like we are moving into our empowerment, right? Into our life purpose. We've been talking about that a lot lately with this Mars and Aries transit, with so many different astrological things that are going on, this 9/9 portal. And so we're being called to our destiny, and the things that are happening, this is again a message for anyone who's going through a lot of chaos right now. Like things are being reorganized for our higher good. We just may not see it. And so it's like, watch out for those little opportunities, it's like these synchronicities. I'm feeling synchronicity with this card a lot. Like, watch out for these little synchronicities and welcome more of those into your life. And those synchronicities are going to help to lead you more towards your path. And your path includes changes where this is concerned. This is a 5 energy. Anyone who, like those of us who have been going through working through some financial fears, that's also stuff here. That's root chakra, sacral chakra. Like, just know that like there are changes on the horizon for that. Is as we work through some of these fears and these issues, we open ourselves up to the abundance of that. And these little opportunities may be trickling in for people. It's little opportunities for some, big opportunities for others. Spirit gives us the little opportunities first to see how we're going to handle the big opportunities. And then if there's fine tuning that needs to be done to get us ready for those bigger opportunities, that will happen first. And so just really pay attention to those and look out for those and be open to those and how they show up in your life. And I want to pull one of these too. We're going to pull one spirit, one card from the Archangel Power Tarot. One card to close out this daily reading. That's too many. I said one. Thank you. Okay. We have the Queen of Raphael, which would be the Queen of Cups energy. Kind, understanding, giving, psychic. Follow your heart, a love of home and family. Trustworthy psychic information. So this is for those people that I know are watching this, that these messages keep coming through for, that you're trying to figure out what to do or what path to take. And this is just, once again, that confirmation like we keep getting, like follow your heart. Your heart knows. Your heart is trying to lead you where you're trying to go. Trust that. Trust your heart. Trust, like, whatever information is coming through for you, whether that's coming through a meditation, just these little psychic hits throughout the day, whether that's being communicated to you in signs and synchronicities like we were talking about, however that's being communicated to you, you can trust that information coming through. This is about learning to trust ourselves and learning to trust our own intuition in situations. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you feel like you want to donate to my channel, there is a link down below for that. Definitely reach out to me if you would like any services. If you liked this video, please give it a like. It helps. The likes, the shares, the subscribes, they help this video to get out to everyone who needs to see it and who will benefit from the message. I appreciate you all so much. Drop a comment. Let me comment. Today's one of those days, guys. I'm getting ready to try to do the some of the zodiac readings too, so this should be interesting. Drop a comment and let me know how this video resonated. I love you all so very, very much. We're all just here doing the best we can, guys. I'll talk to you soon.